The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O, the R, the K. Look yourself in the face. Look yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself, are you giving 120% every day? Every play? Give me 120 or don't give me nothing at all. The guy you competing against, you haven't outworked him. You've not outworked the person next to you. You've not out-hustled them. You've not out-grind them. You've not outdone them. You're not locked in. Bring all your passion. Bring heart. Every single game, every single play. Put forth 120% or don't ask nobody to do nothing to you. The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Happy Monday to everybody, man. I hope everybody's having a phenomenal Monday. We're going to get this week started out right. We're going to do what we got to do this morning for about an hour. We're going to get after it, get into it, man. What a market, man. Up, down, up, down, up, down. We're all over the damn place in this market. But you know what? Great opportunities. And there's a reasons why we're up and down. And that's half of the battle is knowing why you're up, why you're down, and why the market's so unstable and right now. And that's half of the battle, man. But yo, we're going to get into this thing. We're going to figure out where we're making money. We're going to figure out how we're making money. We're going to look at where this market's headed, where this market's going, where we think this market's going to go. Yo, we're going to talk about it, man. Get that chat moving, man. Get that chat live. Get moving. I see my boy Elmo's in here. Selmo wasn't in here when you told him that he had the KY jelly last week. So, you know, hey, KY it up, baby. My man got the pie KY. That's what he got. That's what Selmo said he got. So that's what he's got. The pie KY, baby. But yo, let's go ahead. Let's get right into what's going on today. Good morning, Selmo. How are you? Good morning, Elmo. Good morning to Junior. What's up, baby? What's up? What's up? How are you? Man, everybody saying hi to each other. That's cool. That's good. That's good. Yeah. Yo, Selmo, man. He missed the KY joke you had for him last week, man. We gotta get the pie KY. The super cycle, baby. Yeah, that's the super cycle. We're setting up, man. I'm not worried at all, man. I'm not worried at all, man. I think we're setting up for the super cycle. Michael, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? How are you? Yeah. Let's go ahead, man. Let's get right in. Let's get right after this thing. You know, it's Monday. You know, we got payroll to do. You know, we got corporate stuff to do today. So we go ahead, we get into this thing, see what's going on in this market. The Asian market, it closed all red. What happened over there in Asia, baby? What happened over there in Asia? They ain't trade well. We got the European markets over there. My boy Ken be rolling through here at some point. He's over there dumping the markets over there in the European markets. They're trading like crap, you know. Nah, man, you don't need no baby oil, Elmo. You got the pie KY, baby. Pie KY. Someone said KYC again, Elmo. KYC again. Is Jerome Powell stepping down? I don't know. We're gonna find out today. That's some news that we got going on. He may. I don't know, man. I don't know if he's gonna get pushed out or not. We're gonna see. He met with the president. It's an F5, man. But he met with the president. Powell met with the president. And, we're going to see. The Supreme Court came out with a ruling last week that said that the press can't fire him. So, they met. If he doesn't step down, hopefully they come to some sort of understanding and they move forward on the same page because them two going at each other ain't helping the markets. I can tell you that. You know, them two in their verbal going back and forth with each other on social media and in press conferences, that's not helping the market, man. It's just not helping the market. So we need something better out of them. Richard Hart likes it, baby. Oh, Richard Hart likes to twerk, baby. Richard Hart likes to twerk. Emailed him 10 times. Yo, maybe the 11th time is the kicker. Maybe that's the one that'll get you over the edge. Be nice to him when you email him, though. Don't be mean. You know, be nice. The pre-markets over here all in red. They're not looking good over here in the United States either. And this is why right here, United States and China, man, these guys are squaring off. We got to get this thing taken care of. This United States China tariff situation. Now you got the United States telling China that they were going against this the deal, this violation of the deal, and so on, of the Geneva trade deal and all this and that. So these guys are going back and forth, and this isn't good for the markets. And these two just need to come to some sort of agreement and go ahead and start trading again. But the United States got to secure its technology as well. We can't be selling out all of our technology to China. So there's deals to be made, right? There's deals to be made here, and we got to make them. And we got to get this thing behind us. Whatever the tariffs are, let them be. Set them, let them be, and let the market price this stuff in, because we're going nowhere fast as long as these two big dogs keep squaring off with each other. We're going to keep seeing this volatility in the market. So we got to get this thing taken care of. But yeah, definitely, this is having a big impact on the markets right now. Crypto markets, stock markets, everything. This deal, until this deal gets done, we're just going to have straight volatility. We're going to be up, we're going to be down. We're trading on news, trading on where this deal is. So we got to get this deal together. And until that happens, we just are where we are, and we're going to be up and down. Heat, good morning. Good morning, brother. So yeah, so the markets, the pre-markets over here, they're not looking that great this morning. And obviously there's reasons why. You got the China deal going on. You got this uncertainty right now with Powell, and does he step down today? Does he not step down today? Does he change course? What's going on? And when you have this much uncertainty in the market, you've got to expect some volatility. Look at gold. Gold's way up today because of all this tariff talk, all this other talk. People are running for safety again. So gold is definitely up today, which should push the crypto market up a little bit. When gold goes up and people start running for safety, you should probably see a little bit of an uptick in Bitcoin's price today because of that. So we'll see what happens. Coming over here to the crypto market, you see Bitcoin is sitting at 57. It's in neutral. We went from greed to neutral, which just a pullback in Bitcoin. But after Bitcoin set to all-time, there's Ken. Good morning, good early afternoon to you, brother. Quit tanking the European markets over there, man. You know what I mean? Quit tanking the markets, man. Quit selling everything. We need them European markets to turn around so that we can get these United States markets to turn around, man. Quit selling all your stock. But Bitcoin goes to neutral from fear. Definitely not the greatest situation. So we'll see what happens. And I think we're just kind of setting up. I think this whole market's just kind of setting up, waiting for this news. The XRP Las Vegas event was real nice. I heard. Well, you weren't there. You didn't go, Selmo. You didn't get your ticket. You didn't get your ticket to the XRP event. Yeah, I heard it was nice too, man. I heard it was nice too. I heard that a lot of news over there. Not me. You ain't dumping your stuff, man. Come on, baby. Let's go. Ken, you got to dump. You dumping the market, Ken, baby. You dumping the market. That's all right, because Elmo's the one that's dumping the pre-markets over here in the United States, dumping all his Nvidia, dumping all his stocks, man, dumping the damn market, man. Quit dumping the market, man. But yeah, Bitcoin's in neutral right now, sitting at 57. We're still in Bitcoin season, guys. This market's gonna do what Bitcoin does, right? That's kind of where we are right now. Wherever Bitcoin is on the day, that's where the whole market's gonna be on the day. You know, it's just kind of how it is, man. At this moment in time. Uh, Next year, DG, yeah, I'm trying to go to the Bitcoin conference next year, and I'm hoping that the XRP conference is kind of like it was this year, in the same place as the Bitcoin conference, follows the Bitcoin conference, and if they are, then I wanna go to both. But yeah, definitely trying to go to the Bitcoin conference next year, and hopefully the XRP and Bitcoin conferences are set up like they were this year, or Bitcoin's first, XRP second, in the same place in the same state. So you go ahead and just rent that room for the whole week and go to both of them. Yeah, but I'm definitely trying to go to the Bitcoin conference next year. But yeah, we're definitely in Bitcoin season right now. Got that $3.26 trillion market cap value, baby. Not doing too bad. Not doing too bad there. No ETF volume really to speak of, because the stock market hasn't really opened yet. But you see, on Friday, it got absolutely hammered, man. That ETF got dusted. Negative 545.9, call it $546 million of outflows on Friday. So we'll see what happens. See what happens today. See if these ETFs can't rally up. XRP ETF, it just seems like it's getting closer and closer to getting approved as well. So that's going to be some positive news for XRP. Needs that spot ETF to be approved. And also Coinbase is opening up 24-hour future trading on with XRP on their platform as well. So that's going to bring in some nice volume for XRP. So gotta like that. But we got the Bitcoin dominant sitting at 63.7 right now. Ticking up. Ethereum dominance 9.2%. Ethereum seems to be hanging on to this 9%, which is good, because before it was dipping between 8 and 9, dipped down to 7 every once in a while, but now it seems to be holding on to this 9%, which is good. You want this Ethereum dominance to go up, because that's what's going to drive altcoin season. That's what's going to start that super cycle that we're going to getting ready to go in. That's what's going to start all of that stuff moving. So definitely is holding on to 9, which is good. You want to see this up around 10 or 11, but it's going to take a minute for us to get there. But Bitcoin dominance definitely at 63.7%. You were definitely in Bitcoin season. There's just no doubt about that. So, but yeah, market's moving pretty good from that perspective. But yeah, we'll see this market. This market's going to be 50-50 today, guys. What we got on chain over here, BSC is still smoking everybody at $12.3 billion moving on chain in 24 hours. We got Ethereum coming in at number 2 at $2.2 billion in 24-hour volume. Solana sitting at even 2.01 billion in 24-hour volume. Base at number 4 is 737 million. Want to see base around $1 billion. That's a step back for base, but definitely up to number 4. 5 is this token that we're talking about all the time, Arbitron. I think that Arbitron's going to make that move. Hyperliquid, 288 million. That one keeps moving. A lot of people trading on that layer 1 right there. So you got Sui over here at 2.73 million. Sui hasn't recovered from that hack that they had on their liquidity provider. They say all news is good news, even if it's good or bad, right? I don't believe that. Sui's having some problems recovering from that news. So definitely some problems. So let's get right into some news here. Let's go over some news and then we'll look at some charts. But XRP holds key support level, which is right around that 215, somewhere up in there. As the big industries, big institutional investors are suggesting an imminent reversal in XRP. That's just because people are acquiring XRP, and what you're looking at people starting to set up XRP reserves, much like they set up Bitcoin reserves. So, XRP is starting to get other countries and other businesses, mainly other businesses here in the United States, starting to buy XRP like they started to buy Bitcoin as a reserve. I keep telling you guys that XRP is going to start moving like Bitcoin's moving now, with these big investors coming in the ETFs, the spot ETFs, and that's what's going to push XRP's price. They're just moving into that next round. The same with Ethereum. Yeah, White Rock is absolutely killing it. Selma, we'll look at that, but they're killing it, and it's I don't know. I still don't trust that project. Their liquidity is really low. Vitalik Buterin confirms that Ethereum layer 1 to scale tenfold within 12 months. If it's going to take them 12 months to scale tenfold, like I said before, if it takes them this long to do this, Ethereum will sit out this bull run. And this is where XRP will start to take over the number 2 spot if it takes them 12 months to scale up that high. I'm glad they're scaling up that high, and I'm glad they're doing what they're doing. They're just doing it a little bit too late for a huge move this bull run. I mean, they'll have a nice move, probably up to around 6 to 7K, but it's not going to be that big run that everybody is expecting if it's taking them this long. If it's going to take them another 12 months to scale up, that's going to be a problem. And we talked about it a lot on here. It's going to be a big problem. Flare, one that we used to talk about a lot, kind of don't talk about that much anymore, but Flare eyes a 26% breakout rally following their Uphold partnership. This is a big partnership for Flare. Flare obviously running over there with XRP and the rest of them boys over there on the ledger, and Flare's doing this thing, man, and they got this big Uphold partnership, which should be really good for the Flare network. I like Flare. I think there's a lot of upside to Flare, and I think Flare is going to do really, really well in this bull market. I think that Flare's a sleeping giant out here, and a lot of people have been just loading up on Flare during these pullbacks and during the bear market, just loading up on Flare. And Flare was always primed to do something, and it looks like now you're starting to see Flare roll out these partnerships to really take that project to the next level, and I think that they will. And I like Flare. I like what Flare's doing. I like their blockchain. I like what they have going on over there. So I think Flare's going to do some numbers. Flare's going to do some numbers this bull market. All right, so let me. Everybody is talking about this token ZBEC, right? Boy, oh boy. Let's look at this thing. It's sitting at 2058822 right now. I can tell you guys right now that this is the only leverage trade. This is the only short that I have in my portfolio right now for my leverage trading. One of the keys to this network is that they're talking about a partnership with XRP, and none of that has been confirmed yet. And everybody's trading off of this, and all of the influencers, you hear this being talked about so much all over the place. And I shorted this thing because here's the thing: when you get a run like this thing has had, right, and this thing has had a massive run. You look at the chart, this thing has just traded sideways forever, you know, and this is a daily chart. And this thing has traded forever, sideways forever with very little price action. And then all of a sudden, you get all influencers talking about it, right? And what happens? You get this big price spike, right? Because everybody's talking about it, everybody's FOMOing into it. So the run already happened. This was the run. This was the first run right here, right? That run already happened. That's an influencer run. I shorted it because when you get an influencer run like that, and you know, some news that's not confirmed yet, and then you're in a market like we're in, it's gonna eventually pull back. I got it pulling back all the way back in here until these moving averages. So, you know, this is the only short that I have in my portfolio right now. Everything else is a long. I went long on everything else, and I went short on CBEC because this thing's just gonna pull back. It's been pulling back all morning, and it's gonna pull back more because this is influencer. This is influencer induced right here. This is because everybody's talking about it. It's because everybody's pushing it, and eventually that'll run thin, and you'll see this drop back down. But when you look at this chart, everybody, oh my god, look at how long that thing traded sideways. Look at that. This is a daily chart right here. Like you look at that. That thing traded sideways. So what has fundamentally changed with this particular project to make it run like that? The only difference is people are talking about it. That's it. So, and they have a possible partnership with XRP. It's not even confirmed. So, I shorted this thing, and we'll see. We'll see if we can make some good money off of it today. We'll see if we can make some good money off of the influencers pumping that thing today. Let's go ahead and let's look at some of these. White Rock, 27.3% on the day, and we pull this thing back. Right here, let's pull this thing back over the month, right? Look at that run that it's had over this month, right? And White Rock is absolutely one of these projects that are absolutely killing it right now. And maybe I should have got into this one earlier. We might have missed this one. So Somo, I might have missed this one. I'm just a little bit taken back by their liquidity. Maybe they changed it. Hold on. Before I go, actually dogging these guys. Let me make sure here. They might have added some. Let's see here. Market cap, 1.2 billion, big market cap, volume. Get to liquidity levels here. Holders, 23.13K. A lot of holders. They got a lot of holders. Circulating supply. Why isn't this showing me? I hate this new layout for CoinMarketCap. That's why I don't use it that much. But yeah, liquidity still, it's not great. The liquidity is still not great. So we'll see. We'll see what they do. We'll see what happens. But yeah, we might have. If we would have got into White Rock when it first came out and everybody was initially talking about it, and we would have got into it when the Trump Foundation first bought it, yeah, we would have been up. We would have been up a lot. The Trump Foundation, the Trump Foundation, I call it a foundation, but their reserve, their cryptocurrency exchange or whatever you want to call it, bought it right here. This is where they bought it, and they started buying it, and everybody FOMO'd into it right here. And then obviously it had a little bit of a pullback, but now it's making another run. It's making another really good run. So if we would have got in anywhere on this pullback right here, or even right here as Trump Foundation added it to their portfolio, boy, it would have been sitting pretty right now. But we didn't, and that's all right. That's all right. Can't be in them all. Can't win them all, right? So yeah, so White Rock's doing really well. Quant did really well. It's pulling back today, and started pull back yesterday. But when you look at this thing, as the whole market was going down, Quant was going up. It's back up. It's 104 right now. Remember, guys, we were talking about this thing at 80 something bucks. As like, oh my God, this thing is going to. It's at a steal right now. It's at a bargain. And it went on its own little move up to like 109, 110, somewhere up in there. It went on its own little move. So, pullback was inevitable with Quant. Ondo, big pullback here over the weekend to 82 cents. Big pullback there with Ondo. And Ondo's going to be just fine. It's one of these ones, I think it's being suppressed right now, but Ondo will be fine. Whole market kind of pulled back a little bit. So that's to be expected, right? Bitcoin sitting at 104.3. Told you guys on Friday that we were looking at probably 103 to 105 K Bitcoin. We talked about that on Friday. Told you guys that's kind of where we land. That's kind of where we are landing right now. And right now the key is, can Bitcoin hold on to 100K, right? 102 is really the big support line for Bitcoin right now. If it falls down that low, it's like 102. But can it hold on to 100K, right? That's really the key. That's the key level. One between 102. If it drops between 102 and 100K. But I can tell you guys right now, if this thing drops under 100K, the whole market's going to kind of drop down a little bit. It's going to give everybody a second chance at what they missed, right? So, but let's hope that doesn't happen. Let's hope Bitcoin the ETFs wake up today. They start to push this market to the upside. And I think that'll happen. There's too much money wrapped up in Bitcoin right now for that to really fall that low, I think. But it could happen. It definitely could happen. Cardano got absolutely smoked this weekend, down to 66 cents right now. I may look at having to add some more Cardano to my bag at this price at 66 cents. I think Cardano's going to make a massive move to the upside. XRP was the other one that we talked about, sitting at 214.3 right now. It fell underneath that 215 level, $2.15 level. Key level. That was a key level for that. Let's see if we can't get a rebound. Glenn, what's going on, man? Good morning. How are you, my brother? Happy Monday. Let's see if XRP can't get back to this 215 level. That's a key level for XRP. It's got to get back up there. And see if it can hold on. Like I said, XRP really needs them spot ETFs to be approved, and hopefully they get approved between June and July, because with that market cap, they need that level of volume to move that price back up to where we need it to be. They need that level of volume to take that next step up. Hydro Liquid, we talked about it, sitting at $32.63 right now, made a good move, having a pullback with the rest of the market. Chainlink, 1371. Boy, oh boy, Chainlink was at 16 bucks. Chainlink has taken a huge step backwards. But I believe in Chainlink. I would rather have more Chainlink in my wallet right now than I would Ethereum. BRL still moving. Yeah. H-bar got popped. We'll get into H-bar, Michael, but I actually bought more H-bar this weekend. Elmo out of here. Elmo's out of here like last year. Come on, brother. Have a good one, Elmo. But Michael, I actually bought more H-bar over the weekend at like 16 cents, somewhere up in there. Back down to 16.8. Was at 17 cents this morning, so taking a little bit of a pullback. this morning, but I really like where H bar. I like that. I like where H bar sits. Is positioning itself in this super cycle that we're about to go into. I think H bar is going to do really really well. I think that what they're doing over there secretly, quietly, just building and building and building. I think that they're going to be just fine. And H bar is going to make a massive run here in this market. I really like where H bar is, and you just have to pull it back a year, right? Is at 37 cents. In a bear market set at 37 cents, if it just goes back up there, that's massive gains, right? That's massive gains if you're buying right now. So I really like where what H bar is doing. I think H bar is gonna really 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 do well here. I hold a lot of H bar, so I like H bar. We got Pepe. We got our boy Pepe. Pull back a little bit. Sitting at 4.01148. It's been able to hold on to this 4.0 level. With the market pulling back as much as it did, Pepe actually kind of was holding strong. There for a little while. It just traded sideways with the market up and down. Didn't really have a massive pullback as one would expect with this market pulling back. You look at Pi sitting at 63 cents right now. That's a little rough, right? It's a little rough. We were up to like $1.60 just like a month or so ago. So definitely moving down. You didn't race. You didn't get in the Marbits race. So, but yeah. So I think we're gonna be okay. These prices are definitely pulling back though. They definitely pulled back over the weekend, but it looks like coming in on the hour right here, right? When you come in and you look at how the morning's starting to shape up, we're in green, right? So it looks like the morning itself is, people are starting to buy into crypto as the morning moves on, and this is a good sign. This is a really really good sign. Be like Tim and win everything. Tim wins everything. If there's a giveaway to be had, Tim wins it. But what I will say is Tim puts that work in too, man. Tim is everywhere all the time. So yeah, but Tim wins everything. But yeah, when we look at this, market's feeling in pretty damn good this morning. I like how we're moving this morning. I like where we're going. I like where Bitcoin's kind of trading around this 104.3, 104.5 level. It was a little higher when I got up this morning. I thought we were going to 105. I thought we were going to try to push 105. We might when the ETFs really start to trade, though. ETFs might push that volume back up to like 105. The key level, though, is 102. As long as we stay above 102, we'll be fine. You and Tim have a good ratio. All right, Glenn. So you winning a lot too then. But yeah, 102. As long as we stay above 102, we got a good chance of breaking out of this. Look at White Rock taking a step back this morning, down 3%, but had a massive run overnight. So you got to expect a step back. But yeah, it started to step back this morning. We'll see. Let's see how my short on ZBEC is doing. 187. I mean 58723. Yeah, I'm up. I took it at like 5. I took it this morning like right up, probably 5.9, somewhere over up there, 259, somewhere up in there. Let's see how my short on ZBEC's doing. Looking pretty damn good, man. ZBEC's gonna pull back, and we'll see. We'll see where that goes. We'll see where that goes, baby. But I'm pretty confident that won't be an issue for me today, unless we'll see. We'll see where it goes. We'll keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it, baby. But yeah, I like how we're filling in for the hour. I mean for the morning here. The hour looks good. See, 102 Ethereum got to get back up 2,500, man. 2,500. We want to see ETH at 25. Got to have ETH make a somewhat of a run here for us to dig out of this Bitcoin season. ETH has got to make a move to the upside. It's got to move. So in order for us to really have any chance of getting this altcoin run moving, ETH is key. ETH is key to that. See, get over here with this total 3 and see where we're at. Look at that. It's pulling back beautifully down into these moving averages right here, sitting at $838 billion right now. And this is your altcoins right here, guys. This is stochastic. You know, I can never say that right. Stochastic RSI looks like it wants to come back up. Looks like it's pointing back up. Look at that. It hit these moving averages perfectly over the weekend, and if we can get a pullback up out of this, we're gonna be just fine. Get a pullback up out of this, and it looks like we're ready to pull out of that. You got these two. Once these cross, it looks like that signals a reversal. So it went from oversold, extremely oversold, and hopefully we can get some movement here. So 838 billion. Hopefully we can get some movement to the upside on this today. If we don't, we're probably looking right here. We're probably looking at 800 and around $804 billion for your altcoins, which is going to be another good size pullback. It's going to be another good size pullback. Q3 happens in 28 days. Yeah, I think we're looking more to, the more and more you look at these numbers, the more and more you start to look at, say, the back half of the year is kind of where everybody's putting their predictions for this cycle to really kick off. And there's a couple reasons why. You have the spot ETFs that'll probably be approved the back half of the year when it comes to XRP, HBAR, Polkadot, Litecoin, Dogecoin, all of them ones that are sitting there will probably be approved at the back half of the year, and Q3, Q4. And then hopefully you get this United States-China situation wrapped up, Selmo, because this is what's killing the market right now. Like, really, when you look at it, you go right back to right here. This is what's killing the markets, right? And until this is complete, until this is done, doesn't even matter what it looks like, right? It doesn't even matter. It just needs to be done so that the markets can start pricing it in. Whether it's fair for China, whether it's fair for the United States, at this point is irrelevant to the market, right? We just need some certainty back into the market. And we got to know whether Powell's going to resign today or not, right? That's going to be key. Did him and Trump come to an understanding in their meeting in the White House? Is he going to resign today? Is he going to step down today? All of that is affecting these markets, but mainly it's United States, China. And so that gets fixed. We're going to continue to see this volatility. And it's got to be fixed by Q3. Q3. I'm gonna say Q3. It's got to be fixed and done. But once that's done, I think you'll see these markets really take off. They'll pop, and it doesn't even matter what the deal is. The markets can price anything in. They just got to know what they're pricing in, right? They just got to know what they're pricing in, and that's the key. You got Solana sitting here, 153. We talked about this on Friday. I told you guys I thought Solana was coming down to 150, pulling back into these averages, and kind of here's where we are, right around that 153 level. very, very, very oversold right now. The last time Solana was this oversold was here, was right here. And it looks like if you look at what happened the last time it was down this far, as far as being oversold, you see the pop, right? You've seen that little pop right there. So I'm kind of expecting the same thing to happen here. If we can get any sort of legs, you'll see a little pop kind of over the 200 day. This 200 day, it's going to have a hard time getting over it, but I expect a little pop over here over this 200 day, and I think that we'll be just fine. We'll be just fine. Nothing will happen into tariff wars. I think you're right, Ken. I think we got to get these tariff wars together, right? We got to get these tariff wars together, and I think that's what goes back to Selma's comment is that Q3, Q4, because all of these tariff situations should be wrapped up by Q3, Q4, right? Given the time frames that are out there. But I think you're exactly right, Ken. Until we can get some certainty into the market, we're just going to have this volatility. Uh, but I think we're going to have a super cycle. But I think all of this is setting up for the super cycle. It's all setting it up for it, man. People are starting to buy. They're starting to get their liquidity. Big big institutional investors are starting to get their liquidity. They're starting to buy in slowly. They're starting to do their OTC deals. They're starting to get all of that done in preparation for this big super cycle. And I told you guys like how I think that this super cycle is going to happen is we're going to see Bitcoin obviously make its run. I don't think it's done making its run yet. I think we're looking at least 150 to 175 on a Bitcoin. And then we're going to see these ISO tokens really start to take off and really make their run. And then I think you're going to see the RWA tokens make their run along with the AI tokens, and the rest of the meme coin. The rest of the altcoins kind of will follow a little bit. They'll have their big run, their big push up, and then we'll have a short meme coin season. And I think that that's how the super cycle is going to go. But I do think that the ISO tokens will run first, in the RWAs, in the AI tokens, and that's why I think we're going to be into the super cycle, because we usually it's you have your Bitcoin season, then you have your altcoin season, you have a meme coin season, and boom, you're down again for the next 2 to 3 years, right? I don't think that that's going to happen. I think you're going to have this Bitcoin run, ISO run, altcoin run, meme coin run, and you're not going to see this major dip to the downside immediately. I think you're going to kind of see ETFs start to kick in. They're going to bring that volume in. They're going to bring that liquidity in. They're going to keep the prices up for longer than what we're used to, and that's what's going to create that super cycle. Kind of behind on this chat. Yeah, these things, man. These tariffs are bad, man. They're bad. They're bad for the markets, because it's uncertainty, and anytime you have uncertainty into the markets, it's going to affect the price. The tariff situation's got to get itself worked out, man. And it's just got to get itself worked out. But and then you got Circle's IPO that's getting ready to launch. Who's getting into that IPO? Selmo, you getting into that IPO? You getting into Circle's IPO? I don't know. I'll probably get in. I'll probably get into the IPO, actually, tell you the truth. I think Circle's going to be a monster company, and I'm going to probably get into their IPO here. I think there's money to be made there, and wherever there's money to be made, that's where I want to be. So I really I'm actually happy that they're launching the IPO. The Genius bill is going to get passed here pretty soon. No, you ain't getting in. The Genius bill is going to be passed pretty soon, and that's what the altcoin bill is, and then you'll see some regulation. See Pepe though. We talk a lot about Pepe. You see Pepe holding strong right here. You see it's very much oversold, and it does look like it's getting ready to start to turn on this stochastic RSI. It looks like it's getting ready to turn. It's getting ready to make that turn to the upside. So I really like where Pepe is. But if you look at this 200-day moving average right here, Pepe just kept beating off the top of this thing, man. It just boom, 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 hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it. It just couldn't break it. And then obviously it had its downturn. So hopefully now it's come back down here. It's gained some holders. It's gained some liquidity. It's gained some strength. So now when it makes this next move back to the upside, hopefully it busts through that 200-day moving average. And then we're kind of looking at new price levels up through here. So really like got to get above that 200-day moving average. But I think it's come down here. It's got enough. It's gained some holders. It's gained some additional liquidity. It's gained some additional strength, and I think it'll move back up. And that's why I look at these things, and I don't think the pullback in Bitcoin, in Ethereum, in the rest of the altcoins is a bad thing, because when you have a run, much like Bitcoin had a run, and you see this tunnel that it was trading in all the way up, right? And then you look at the RSI was going down, but the price was going up. You see, eventually it was going to have to break out of this upward trend, right? It was just going to, and it did, like 4 days ago. Now the whole key is, can you come back up here, and can we now get back up into this tunnel and break up out of there? And I think it will. I think it will. I think we're going to be just fine. I think the Genius Act is going to bring in more than 2.5 trillion into the market. Once they pass that stablecoin bill, I think that gives all institutional investors the ability to say, "Yep, we're going to utilize stablecoins on our platform," because now there's actually a law, and now there's actually there's a law, and there's some stability behind these stable coins, and we don't have to worry about going to see the SEC by using them. I think you're going to see the banks start to really ramp up their utilization of stable coins. We talked about it last week. Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, and maybe I think it was Citi are all talking about collaborating and creating their own stable coin. And they're probably just waiting for the Genius Act to be passed and to get that regulatory clarity. And when they do, I think this is where you're going to see this big institutional investors really start to come in and start to put a lot of cash flow into stable coins. And I think the two biggest benefactors of the Genius Act are going to be USDC and RLUSD. I think them two will benefit the most off of the Genius bill, the Genius Act or bill, whatever you call it. I'm not a politician, so the difference between an act and a bill, but the Genius Act, I think that them two will capitalize. They'll see the most volume from that act, unless you get somebody like like these three banks collaborating to come out with a new stable coin. I think if they do that, you'll see that stablecoin rise right up into the top 50 because they'll utilize that within their own banking system, which will kind of take out a lot of the other utilization. So I think it's going to be good. Glad I'm with you until I see it happen. Until I see it, you know what I mean? It's all talk, and it's all talk until I see it, right? We've heard so much over the past 4 months. We've heard so much that we haven't really seen a lot of action. We've seen a Bitcoin strategic reserve talked about, right? Where is it at? We've seen We've seen a stockpile, talked about a crypto stockpile for the United States. Where's it at? Where's all this stuff at, right? We've talked about the Genius Act for weeks here, getting close to being passed. Well, when's it going to be passed, right? They say this week. Let's see, right? Let's see. I'm with you. There's been so many promises. So much talk and so much speculation about what's coming and who's doing what and how all this is going to roll out, but we haven't seen any action. And that's the that's yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you, Glenn. And I think me and someone talked about this before at one point as well, Glenn, on here. It's one thing to talk about it, it's another thing to actually put it into action and get it passed through Congress and get it passed through the House and get it passed through all through the Senate and make it a reality, right? And until all that's done, it's all just talk, right? It's all just talk. And I want to see action. I want to see this. I want to see something passed. I want to see something actually make it through the system. Not just signed by an executive order. I want to see something actually go to the House, go to the Senate, go to the president's desk and get signed, right? That's what I want to see. And I think when that happens, that's when you're going to see a lot of stuff being a lot of money really coming in. And if they can get the Genius Act to actually come through, you'll see tons of liquidity come into this market, tons. But they got to get it done. They got to quit talking about it. They got to quit, being like, oh yeah, well it's going to happen next week or it's going to happen this week or whatever, right? They got to get it done, and until they can, we're just speculation and hopium, right? The same with the Bitcoin strategic reserve, right? Until they can actually get that done and actually figure out whether or not they're buying Bitcoin or they're using the Bitcoin that they already have, and how that bill looks and what that bill looks like, until they can get that done, it's all just talk, right? It's all just smoke and mirrors, And where is that, cryptocurrency stockpile that they're talking about, that they were talking about creating with all of these different projects in it, XRP and Dogecoin and all the rest of these, Solanas and everything else, until they can, where is the stockpile at? Where is that bill? Where is that, cryptocurrency stockpile? But they're talking about XRP paying their fine in XRP and that going into the stockpile and all of that stuff, which is extremely bullish, right? That would send the markets if all of that happened, right? And if they had Solana, I mean, they have a crap ton of crypto that they took from, that they seized from Silk Road, that they seized from a bunch of these other, people that they prosecuted way back in the day, right? And they're sitting on all this cryptocurrency, and to throw it into a stockpile would be bullish for all of cryptocurrency. And until they do that, until they can actually execute on that, they're not really doing anything but talking. And, talking doesn't move price. And, we want price movement and we want you to do something. So yeah, that's my rant, right? Like, it is what it is, but, it's either put up or shut up. You know what I mean? Don't sleep on Moonpig. I'm not in Moonpig. I probably should be. Yeah, that's the only stockpile I see being built too is his stockpile cryptocurrency that they're loading up over there on the exchange, on their own exchange. Yo, BRL sitting at $5.36. We'll get into these really quick. So yeah, BRL is moving pretty nice. Selmo, you better not be messing with me. What network is Moonpig on? I don't see it. What's the ticker? What's the ticker? Are you messing with me, man? Selmo, are you messing with me? I don't see anything out here that says Moonpig, man. You messing with me, Selmo? Yeah, Trump is absolutely building his stockpile of cryptocurrency reserves. In that, I don't know, I call it the trust, or you call it the trade, you call it the swap, call it whatever you want, man. But that's what it is, man. And they're getting rich over there. They're buying stuff, and then as soon as you see them buy it, they're pumping the charts on it, and I don't know, they're getting rich. Now he's going to talk about, he's selling his stock at DJT. They're selling their stock at DJT to what's the ticker though? Because I pull up Moonpig and there's nothing there. But they're selling their stock on DJT to get $2 billion of Bitcoin, which means for anybody who doesn't know, when somebody does a raise, they're raising money off of their stock. What they're doing is they're selling their stock at a lower rate, right? They're selling their stock at a lower rate and raising money. That's what they're doing. And I don't see it. Someone there's got Moonpig. I don't see it. I can't click on the from StreamYard. I can't get the link. Ken, it doesn't allow me. It doesn't allow me on my side to see the link and copy the link. So I can't click on the link. But well, at least I know Selmo's not messing with me. He ain't got me looking up something that's crazy. It's gotta have a ticker on it though. Let me see something real quick. Let me just see something real quick. Let's see. I think I might have it. This one, Selma. This what we got, Selma. This what we down with. This what we down with. What's up, Big Watch Dude? We about to wrap it up. What's up, Big Watch Dude in the building? Is this it? 3 cents. Is this one? Is this one it? All right. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Big Watch Dude's in the building. Build it. Sitting at 3 cents. Market cap, 34.3 mil. Not too bad. Not too big of a market cap. Not too big of a market cap. Volume 24 hours, $19.4 million. Shit ton of volume coming through there. Shit ton of volume coming through. That's a lot of volume. I like that. I always like volume. Volume. About $1 billion in supply. Yeah. People say 999.9. That's $1 billion. Call it a quick billion. Call it a quick billion in supply. Billion. It's a lot of tokens, but it's not too bad because they're all in circulation. That's a big deal. They're all in circulation. There's no dilution there. Moonpig, there's no dilution. I mean, they got everything in circulation. That's a big deal. So the team's not holding a lot of tokens back for themselves. So definitely like that. I always get a little skeptical when there's not a lot in circulation because that just says dilution all over it. Wallets look pretty well distributed. Seems like it's holding on pretty well. Let's pull this chart back though. It's got a month. Let's look at it over a month. Had a big run. Had a run a month ago up in here on 523. Looks like it went up to 8 cents. Let's pull it back. Let's see where we are over a year. Still around that 10-cent level. Not bad. Go to the all. Right here was the run. Looks like it got to be about 10 cents. Roughly. I'll give or take some. It got to be 10 cents. But definitely looks like it had that big pullback from its all-time high. But trading sideways right now. Not too bad. Not too bad. Doesn't look that bad. It looks like it's actually holding up pretty decent. Looks like it's actually holding up okay in this market. I don't know much about it. I don't know what they're trying to do, but definitely looks like the volume on this is crazy though. The 24-hour trading volume. This thing is, it's actually got a really good trading volume on it. There's a lot of people trading this, which is good. That's good for price action. So we'll definitely keep an eye on this one, Selmo. Selmo got us on Solana doing this moon pig, baby. Doing this moon pig. I know Big Watch Dude is in the building. But all right, guys, I gotta get up out of here. And I have to let's look at these. Let's look at this chart real quick. That's not what I want. I want to look at these. I want to get out of here, but I want to look at the 24. What we got going on here with the crypto charts the rest of the morning. I got too many screens open. See how the morning's filling in over here. Look at white down 9%. Taking a pullback, Selmo. We taking a pullback here on white. But the rest of the morning seems to be looking pretty good. 104. Oh boy, 104.09. Are we coming down to 103? 102 is the level. 102 is the level, boy. If we can't hold on to 102, we're in trouble. If we can't hold on to 102, this market's in trouble. A lot of trouble. So where we at? Right there. Wow. 104, 104.09, 099. the market's coming down. Ooh, boy, I don't like to see that. But let's see. Let's see what happens at 9:30 when these ETFs really start to open up and trade. They got to push Bitcoin and Ethereum to the upside today. If they don't, we could see we could see a retest of that 102 level, guys. Just being honest with you. If we see that retest of that 102 level, we better hold on. We better hold on. I don't mind going down to 102 in preparation for the run to the upside, but 102 is a key level for Bitcoin. Everything under 102 is around 98K after that. So let's get to that. Let's get to that 102. If we do have to go down, let's hope we hold on to that. But if we don't hold on to that, then what a great opportunity to buy Bitcoin, right? What a great opportunity to buy Bitcoin under 100K, and it'll bring the rest of the market down with it if it gets there. So we're gonna have great opportunities, but let's see. It's all gonna see what happens at 9:30 when this market's open. But we're setting up for the super cycle. I tell you guys, don't be discouraged by temporary price action. This super cycle is going to come, and when it comes, it's going to be massive. And don't get caught up in temporary price action or temporary pullbacks. Pullbacks are normal. This is depending on how far we go. I will say this right now, but I do believe that this pullback, if we can hold on to 102, is actually healthy for the market, because we were running really hot for a long time. For a couple months, we were running really hot, and everything was, Bitcoin was going up, and everything was kind of moving up a little bit. And you got to have a pullback, retest some of them levels before you can make that next move to the upside. So not really too worried about this and what's going on right now, but definitely take the opportunity to build your bags. Definitely take the opportunity to look at your portfolios and ask yourself what you want more of. Because you could get the opportunity to get them at the prices that you want, and don't miss that opportunity, because $1,000 investment today could turn into a $10,000 investment during the super cycle at a 10x. So don't miss the opportunity to kind of DCA into your projects and have that real vision, have that real long-term vision. You have to have that long-term vision right now, because the markets are all over the place. So, just do what you guys got to do, and appreciate you guys. And I told you guys last week, I'm out of town on Wednesdays for the next 3 weeks. So I'll probably stream Monday. I will stream Monday, Thursday, and Friday. So you guys will get me back-to-back days, but we won't do a Wednesday because I'm traveling on the road. So I'll do back-to-back Monday, Thursday, Friday. And we'll do it like that for 3 weeks, and then see how that works out. But I am traveling every Wednesday for the next 3 weeks, so kind of change the schedule up a little bit. But other than that, you guys, we up out of here, and we'll see you guys on Thursday. So we're out of here, and you guys have a great day. Be safe out there. Be smart. Market looks like it's pulling back, so be smart and be safe. We up out. See you Thursday. Bye.